All right, everyone. Welcome to the Civalgo and TPL webinar on how to maximize your profits with Estimation 2.0. Today, I'm super happy to be with my partner, Eric Peltier. Hi, Eric. How's it going?
Hi, Alexander. I'm fine. What about you, Alexander?
Super happy to be with you here today to talk about, on one side, estimation and precise estimation, on the other side, operational efficiency, and what happens when we combine both together. So tie up your shoes, guys. It's going to be a nice ride. This content will be delivered to you after the webinar, and we're also going to have a period of questions. So me and Eric today will vulgarize this content, which is kind of meant to be a read-through. So hang on tight. The roller coaster will start now. So first of all, a little bit of stats to start out with a shock, okay? More than 65% of the construction projects exceed the budgets. Wow. 9 out of 10 mega projects actually experience major costs overrun. This is in all the construction industry, not just heavy civil. But unexpected events don't mean that they should manage your business. In other words, unexpected events shouldn't dictate how your projects turn out. With accurate estimates and effective resource planning and resource execution and tracking, you have the right tools to react quickly, limit discrepancies, and maintain control across your project and business. So the industry challenges, guys, they really start with traditional estimation methods with gaps between the planned and actual outcomes. But there's also the disconnect between estimations and project executions that really always lead to one place, and that's financial losses. And last but not least, scattered data causes errors and delays. So the solution, guys, is a revolutionary partnership between Civalgo and TPL, two proudly Canadian companies that created a digital ecosystem. From one side, a precise estimation, to pushing that estimate to the operational management solution that is Civalgo for project delivery. So this partnership, Eric will talk about it in detail in just a moment, but has two levels. So as a teaser, first of all, we're really going to take the estimate from TPL and push it automatically into Civalgo to be able to execute our project. On the second hand, what we're going to do is that since Civalgo is an operational management platform that learns from your operations, we'll take the learnings and send them back to TPL so they can do smart estimates with AI. This strategic alliance, you've seen it, you know it, will offer you a competitive advantage and increase your competitiveness in the market. It's time for us to present ourselves. So for those who just joined, my name is Alexandre Champoux. I am the CEO and one of the co-founders at Civalgo. But I am not a tech guy. I'm actually a construction guy. I was the owner of Alliance Roadworks in Montreal for 10 years. So that was a company that started in landscaping with 5 employees, but that ended up with 110 employees in 2017, executing major projects around the city. We're talking about the extension of the airport of Montreal, metro stations, and iconic infrastructure downtown Montreal. But that was in 2017, which was a major year for me because that's the year where I had operational issues. That's an understatement. Operational issues is an understatement. Operational chaos is more of the reality here. I had difficulty planning my work as well as tracking my work. Payroll was a disaster, and I didn't have any idea if I was making or losing money on my project. Sound familiar? I'm sure that some people out there love building, but deep down, they don't have the best processes to know if they're making money and if they're gonna make money. So in 2017, me and my project manager admitted that we had those issues and kind of looked around in our network and finished up by interviewing 250 heavy civil companies. We're talking companies in Quebec, Canada, the US, to see that all of these companies had operational systems, but they were disconnected. We're talking about Excels for planning with whiteboards that would then be communicated to the field by paper, text message, or phone call. The field needs to execute and actually report back on papers, time cards, digital time cards, to report back to the office where people would key punch data to understand where they were. That's where we're coming from, the construction industry. But now there's a solution. So since then, Civalgo's managed over 10,000 projects with major contractors in Canada and the US. And our founding team has over 30 years of combined experience. So we're the go-to when it comes to operational efficiency and learning from your operations. Now, with no further ado, I will hand it over to my partner, Eric Pelletier.
Thanks, Alexander. Hi, everybody. I'm very happy to be with you guys today. Like Alexander said, I'm Eric Pelletier. I'm the president of TPL, which is Total Project Solution. We're an estimating software company. Basically, we're developing estimating. We also have other tools that will allow you to export your data into MS Project, into Primavera. We have a cash flow module. We're based in Quebec, but we have customers all across Canada. We also have some customers in the United States. So, of course, we have some members of our team that are dedicated for those sector of the country. So their English is a lot better than mine. So don't worry. If you work with our system, if you call to technical support, real English people will answer to your call, not me.
You're doing fine, Eric. Keep it up.
The company was established in 1986, so 39 years ago, and I personally arrived in the company in 1993. And unlike Alexander, I have no experience in construction, no experience in computer. So when I start working with a company, they send me to a construction company. So I spent a lot of time with them, with the estimators, with the project manager, and they teach me how to put together a bid, how to read blueprints, how to read technical notes, and how to do takeoff. This is where I start learning how people are working in that beautiful industry. And then I start selling our system and also providing some how to do things in TPL. So while I was showing people on how to work with the software, I was asking a lot of questions to estimators, project manager, and they taught to me how to put together a fire hydrant, catch basin, curves, and that type of stuff. So they teach me how they do their business. So I was able to learn and bring that important information into our system. Since the foundation of the company, our client have put together more than 100,000 projects, 100,000 bids. So we would like to, like Alexander said, we have a beautiful webinar agenda. First, we'll talk about that new partnership that will allow you to gain in your project profitability. And then we'll talk about why and how to automate your estimates to help you exceeding your estimates in the field with the right tools with Civalgo. That new partnership, we're pretty convinced that will help you gain a better project profitability. First part of that partnership is based on our vision that we would like to create. So basically, you're going to use TPL to put together your estimate. Once you got the project, you'll be able to put together your budget the way you want. So you're going to create your activities that you wish to follow on your project site. For each activities, you will have the resources involved, the costs, the duration, the production, and all of that important information will be transferred automatically into Civalgo. So once it's done, Civalgo will help you to put together, to follow your project, to follow your prediction, your cost, and help you have a better profitable project. So one of our objective is with that partnership is to help you centralize and automate each project stage to help you save time. Of course, eliminate double entry. I'm a bit surprised that if you follow some study, they mentioned that in 2025, we still enter the same data editing between 7 and 12 times during the project life cycle, which is, I said, unbelievable. So that's one of the reasons why we have put that partnership together, so you can easily transfer the data from TPL to Sivalgo. It will, at the end, facilitate your planning, measure and ensure the profitability of your job site. And after that, you'll be able to efficiently allocate your resources, identify potential problems before they occur, and adjust your project planning as needed. Also, with the help of that partnership, you'll be able to make decisions based on fact, not only on intuition. The long-term vision between involving that partnership is helping to respect the estimate to ensure your profitability, and also refining and maximize your profit with the help of the intelligent estimation, what we call the Estimate 2.0. With our two companies, you're going to ease your life to do your resource monitoring, and it will become a performance lever. In the field, real-time monitoring and of your team, and also material efficiency. It will help you to get a continuous improvement for more profitable projects and sustainable growth for your company. Part 2 is we would like to explain briefly why and how to automate your estimate. Basically, we all know that one very important key of a successful project is your estimation. A well-done estimation, a precise estimation will help your profitability, will help your long-term growth, and also will help your customer satisfaction. Basically, when you tell a client that you're going to realize a project for $1 million and at the end it costs them 1.5 or 2 million, we can easily say that that customer will not be very happy with that. Also, by doing precise estimates, you will have some real concrete benefits. It will help you control costs and minimize your risk, reduce unexpected issues and additional costs, and also maintain your competitiveness and reputation. Those are the main concrete benefit of that partnership that we put together. Also, one of the reasons why we create a partnership is, like I said before, is to automate your estimate. Right now, I guess that you guys are using Excel spreadsheet, or maybe will be, I would say that when you're using Excel spreadsheet, you're spending a lot of time on repetitive tasks. You have to enter the same data over and over every time you create a project. Also, let's say if there's more than one estimator in the estimation department, and if everybody's using their own spreadsheet, it's hard to create standardized estimates. So it's going to be hard when it's time to close the bid to talk about same thing. So by using a solution like TPL, you can easily say that you're going to save at least 40% of your time in the estimation part. Also, it will help you reduce the human error. When I'm talking about human error, I'm talking about, let's say as an example, quantity resources with zero quantity, resource with no production or no cost. Those type of error can be done in Excel, but it's not possible to do that in TPL because the system has standard verification to find out those type of error. Also, because you're using TPL, it will help you standardize your method of estimation. It will help you collaborate on project, and also the fact that we are based on a SQL database. So assure yourself that it's going to be very performant and stable. So it doesn't matter if you're bidding small, medium, or a large project, the system will be respond very quickly and very accurately. So at the end, it's going to facilitate your life to have access to the standardized data and also to incorporate AI into your estimating process. We talk about AI into the estimating process. In that partnership, we have two levels of AI. First of all, right now, we are at TPL integrating AI to help you put together your line items. So basically, with the AI, you'll be able to easily get the information from past project to put together the line items and to put the resources required to detail the cost of each line items. Also, we will add tools that when it's time to close your bid, you'll be able to search and find out your competitors, how many projects do they bid on, how many of them do they get, what type of project they get. So it's going to give you an advantage to take your decision to analyze the market. That's the first stage of the AI that will be incorporated into TPL. But most importantly, due to the fact that we export data directly into Sivalgo, once you're going to follow your project in Sivalgo, you're going to establish new costs, new productivity, new resources usage. So that precious information, you'll be able to bring it back into TPL and use it to create AI and help you put together your next estimate. So by doing that, by using your own data to put together your next estimate, it's going to help you transform your estimate into concrete planning, rigorously monitored throughout the project, adjusted according to field realities, and analyzed to improve future performance. All of those part of your project will be done in Sivalgo. So you're on, Alexander.
Thank you so much, Eric, for setting the table for the Sivalgo part. So remember, guys, once we've estimated with TPL, we have a precise estimate. The first portion of the partnership is to integrate and push this towards Sivalgo to become the essential part of the operations management. Remember, Sivalgo, what is it? It's an operational system that measures your productivity and allows you to learn from your operations. The goal here is to exceed your estimates with the right tools on the field. Remember, contractors, we make money on the estimate part of the job, bidding our projects with productivities we can actually achieve on the field. The second place where we actually make money is on the field with our operations, beating our budgets. And that's what we're going to look into right now. So one thing that's important to understand before we start is that centralization is key here. We're going to start here in Sevalgo by the planning. So once we receive the budgets, it creates the project in Sevalgo, and we're going to want to plan our project. We're talking about long-term planning, short-term planning, dispatch. Again, everything's going to communicate. We like hockey here in Quebec. So it's like giving you a hockey pass right on the stick, right? So the goal is for the planning to push information to the field. Normally it passes even through the dispatch. So Sevalgo is an all-in-one operational management software that will allow you to plan your projects, execute them on the field, and report back on the projects to learn from those operations. But don't be worried. Sevalgo is made with the pillars of the industry. We didn't invent anything new. We took the mature concepts of the industry but connected them together. The goal here is to maximize profitability and save time while reducing costs, but most of all, ensuring that you have a simple process. So, optimizing your resource planning. The goal here, I don't know if you guys noticed, but, well, you've noticed, but I mean, the goal here is to plan your resource accordingly. For my hand, and with my construction business, what pissed me off the most is when my operator had too many trucks while he was excavating, or not enough trucks, right? All of that because we didn't master that day's execution and the performance of the day's work, right? What's more expensive than a lineup of trucks waiting? It's a disaster, okay? That day costs tens and tens of thousands of dollars, and I didn't get the production out of it. If it costs a lot of money, but it moves the job down the road, it's okay. We have to beat our production, but we have to know that we're beating our production, right? So optimizing your resource planning allows you to have the right resource when you need it, but also reduces conflict and downtime. In Sevalgo, once we've planned, again, long-term, short-term dispatch, it pushes to the field. Remember that hockey pass right on the stick. So the field now understands what they need to execute according to the game plan, right? But in 2025, we need to report back to the office or upper management or to our PM what was accomplished on the field. Here, we're not talking about just reporting on hours. We're talking about a full daily log with labor, equipment, materials, health, safety, pictures, documentation, and additional communication. So a one-stop shop for the field guys that, you guessed it, are not tech savvy. So this is made super simple, stupid, so that it's a streamlined process, one step at a time, to fill what was accomplished. Later on, this step will most likely be filled by our AI feature. We're building a conversation agent to fill daily logs. So instead of paying people to fill out a daily report, they're driving back from the work, you're paying them in the truck anyways, they're going to be answering questions to the AI that's going to be filling that daily report. Really interesting. This is coming up. We'll definitely do another webinar on that. So the work time management, it's about real-time hour tracking, but also tracking of the accomplishments on the field. All of that information will be sent to payroll in just a bit. Naturally, all of this information compounds itself in your automated project controls, where you can know in real time your cost versus your budget. So it's an interesting story, right? Because the budget was there since the beginning, since it came from TPL. And now in real time, every day, the only thing we need to do is approve our daily report, and we have our actuals, okay? So no more wondering why we've consumed 60% of our budget, but only produced 40% of the work. Those were situations that happened to me, but I knew that information after the fact was accomplished, and I wasn't able to react. And trust me, on multi-million-dollar infrastructure projects, you want to be able to pivot. Back then, people thought we were crazy, but we built an operational platform on top of an AI engine that will not only learn from performance data, but create its own performance data. AI is all about data, mega data, but data that is clean, okay? We're not talking about an AI that can't differentiate a dog from an ostrich here. We're talking about an AI that predicts precise performance data, schedule, and delay data. Okay, so the key here is that our system, Civalgo, creates your own performance data that we then utilize for the predictions with AI with TPL. I hope this makes sense. We can get back to that in the question if it doesn't, but the key here is that in our project controls, we compound everything that comes from the field to have real-time analysis on what's going on. And the second takeaway is that Civalgo creates its own performance data. Last but not least, centralization of documents. 2025 is the year of documents. I mean, there's so many changes on any given day on an infrastructure project that sometimes versions of plans just keep piling up, okay? But that's critical, right? We want our guys on the field to be able to build the right thing. So in Civalgo, in that same one-stop shop, in that same one view for the foreman, there's a document tab that ensures they have the right documents for the day's project, but that also handles version history to make sure they're always working with the updated version of the plan. We talked about communication holistically, right, guys? So communication and centralization, those are the two big words of what we do here at Civalgo for people outside the construction industry. But the goal is really that, is to communicate information so that you don't need to transcribe anything. I mean, Eric said it before, between 7 and 12 times during the life cycle of a project will we enter and re-enter and re-enter the same information. We need integrated channels of communication to streamline communication. We also have features in our system where we can communicate, we can chat. So no more needs of emails or text messages. We actually have a thread with everything documented to avoid any misunderstandings, right? So there's communication features in addition to the process of Civalgo, which is actually a communication process as per se. Okay, so last but not least, the integrated solution that we're proposing to you today will not just improve your profitability, it will revolutionize your companies, because from now on, your precise estimates will be connected to your proactive management. You'll have easy access to data, and this will create an optimization lever for your company to exceed your financial goals. Your estimation is connected to your field without effort. But that's not it. Civalgo will return the data, as we mentioned previously, to maximize the estimations done in TPL. TPL will be able to recommend future estimates and delays according to your data, not the neighbor's data, your data. Think about it this way. An estimator has 10, 20, 30, 40 years of experience. They're really good with the experience, but they cannot compute. I mean, the human brain, it's not their fault. The human brain cannot compute tens of thousands of pieces of data in a fraction of a second. Imagine every time you paved a boulevard, or you excavated a trench 8 feet deep, or you were excavating in rock, or you were grading. Whatever activity you're doing, Civalgo's creating that performance data to learn from it. 7 years, people thought we were crazy, but today we have the competitive edge because we're going to be giving you recommendations on how much you should be bidding. What's your performance? Okay, it's all about the performance, which is key. So last but not least, the goal is to maximize your profit, and each and every project will feed the next one. So it's a virtuous cycle, guys. It's not just your past data of last year. It's every time you create something, it will contribute to your data set, your mega data that will then be utilized to give you future estimates. The goal here is to optimize your margins and profitability once again, but it's a continuous learning process that will really allow you to move forward towards your optimal performance. So the result is that projects will now be delivered on time within budget with a higher profit margin. This is for you guys, okay? These are tools that you can use. Why buy $1 million equipment for the field if the office is still running on a free version of Microsoft? This doesn't make sense. It's now time to have equipment in the office to compensate and to contribute to the higher performance of the company. So take action today, guys. My team just a few seconds ago posted a link in the comments. So in the bottom right of your screen, you have a little text message box where you can actually sign up to have a meeting with me or with Eric to have an in-depth a demo of what we do. Today was to announce you our partnership, what we're doing, where we're going. But if you want some personalized information, don't hesitate to click on that link. And that's about what we have for our webinar for today. So I'm really happy that everyone was able to attend. I wanted to thank personally Eric and your team, as well as the Sevalgo team, for preparing this great webinar.
Just want to say thank you, Alex. Thanks, everybody. I was very happy to be here today, and I hope that we show you is exciting you as is exciting us.
Thank you, guys. Have a good day.
Thank you very much, guys. Have a great day. Thanks.